Hi there and welcome to the Arkansas E-Traveler. I'm Landon. Today I am at the only IONNA Rechargery in the state of Arkansas. IONNA Rechargery at Casey's in Little Rock. Stick around. So we preconditioned on the way in. Shouldn't have had to do much since it's kind of early in the morning here. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that we go to 80%. Not doing a top up around town. There we go. All right, and let's go get plugged in. So we're just gonna grab the handle, plug it in. There we go, clicked in. Let's go over here. Step 2, pay by card or by app. Authorizing. Approved. You see the price here is 39 cents per kilowatt hour, but here it'll be closer to 35 cents being a GM vehicle. Preparing to charge, heard a lot of clicks. And we have started charging. All right, we're going to start at 20% and see how fast we can get this done. Let's take a look at the Casey's as well at this great facility. All right, so if you're not familiar with Casey's, you probably do not live near the Midwest. Being in the Mid-South, we do get some influence from Casey's, and I am grateful. There's even more in Northwest Arkansas. Remember, today we're in Central Arkansas in Little Rock. Casey's is really famous for one thing, their pizza. I think it's fantastic. My wife looks at it like it's just gas station pizza. It's not. It's really good. They also have brizza, breakfast pizza, and I think it's fantastic. But not everyone seems to think with me. What are your thoughts on Casey's pizza? I really want to know because it's an unsettled topic in my household for sure. All right, we have just crossed the 10-minute mark in this charge session. We're up to 45% here, and it says we have 20 minutes to go. So looks like it's going to be a 30-minute charge here. I'll be interested to see if that holds true. It's a little bit warmer this morning, not terrible, but I can already tell you that these temperatures are climbing pretty good. So we're getting into that time of year where the GM dip might become a more consistent idea here. So let's go inside and see if we can't find some chips for our GM dip. So we just crossed 20 minutes into this charging session. We're at 98 kilowatts right now with 10 minutes expected to go. So not too much derating right now, but we are certainly getting ready to approach that 120 Fahrenheit mark. It's not too bad though. If we go take a look at the graph, you can see that there's definitely no decline that's to be worried about. Everything looks pretty linear on the decline. So I'm pretty happy so far. So let's talk about a couple of things that are coming up with the Blazer EV and the channel. All right, so the first thing I want to point out is, ouch. Yeah, about a week ago, somebody's door got caught by the wind and nailed my vehicle. And so some point this week, early next week, this is going to go to the body shop, and this is all going to have to be repaired. It looks like it's going to be a pretty involved repair because it did happen on this sculpted seam right here. And then this is a tri-coat paint that's going to require quite a bit of work. So I might be out of commission with the Blazer EV for a little while in a rental, but hopefully we'll still be able to bring you updates from what we track with Walmart EV charging and such, despite this minor setback. I know you've seen it. One other thing that's worth pointing out is I bought these vinyl overlays for my vehicle from the OCD plug, and they have been failing one after another. Even on the trip here, you can see where now they're starting to rip and everything. I asked for some help with this because it happened late last year, right after I bought it, and the OCD plug offered no support, so can't say I recommend that. But hopefully once the dent is fixed, get the tires rotated, I have some extras that I can install back on these, and we'll have her looking as good as she once did. So back here is all of our switchgear and everything. We're going to keep an eye out. Looks like it's that time of year where the mowing rounds have not started, but they are necessary. Got your switchgear and everything here. And then back there is where we have our transformer. Let's see if we can get in there. 1500 kVA. All right, so this is a 4-station, so this is oversubscribed by about 100 kVA. So you have 4 Alpitronic Hyperchargers that can put out 400 kilowatts. So you need 1600 to be at the appropriate subscription. So here we're a little oversubscribed, probably not a big deal unless every station starts charging lucid gravities or something. So what's kind of funny is if you go back and look in the plug share post of this station in the early days, they actually painted these incorrectly. At IONNA, NAX is denoted by orange. CCS is denoted by navy. And you can kind of start to see with the weathering that previous mistake that was made is starting to come back a little bit. Very small, but kind of something that's you don't see very often, because typically IONNA does really good at making sure that their branding is consistent, and they did here. They caught the mistake. But we're starting to see some evidence of it come back, even in the outline of here. Pretty interesting. All right, so we just ended our session here, telling us to please unplug, and it took 29 minutes and 18 seconds. That's a great charge time. Things went really well during this charge session. Very smooth decline. There's nothing there that shows you a dip, and I guarantee you that means we did not hit 120 degrees on our battery thermal management. Nope, we only got to about 116 max. So that paid dividends for us this morning and made for a very quick charge time. Let's get unplugged and share some final thoughts on our experience at IONNA today. All right, and there you have it, a great visit to IONNA in Little Rock, visiting the Rechargery at Casey's. Everything went very, very well. Came in at 29 minutes, 18 seconds. Well, that's going to do it here from Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm Landon. Thanks for watching, and happy trails.